Last thing before we get into this quarterback countdown. Yesterday, San Francisco 49er head coach Kyle Shanahan said that star running back, fantasy MVP, Christian McCaffrey will miss the remainder of the preseason with a calf strain. Now, we didn't expect to see CMC in any preseason games, but the fact that he's not going to be practicing, the fact that he's not going to be getting reps in, yeah, he's a veteran. He doesn't really need these reps, but calf strain, calf strain makes me nervous. Zach, you're sitting here. We're in a two-keeper league in our fantasy football league, two keepers, and you've kept Christian McCaffrey. You've kept him through his injury-riddled seasons. You've kept him for more than half a decade by now. How do you feel when you heard this news, Zach?
This particular news, I was not too worried about. I think they are just really trying to just save their asset. He is in phenomenal shape, so him sitting out in these practices isn't gonna make him any less athletic on the field. He's gonna be game time ready. Um, and he's had multiple injuries in the past, so I really think they're just being cautious. It's preseason, so
Mhm.
they're just not gambling on him getting hurt during this. I was just the reports I was reading, they really, I mean, they could be, keeping things from the public, of course, but it
Mhm.
really sounded like it wasn't that big of a deal.
Max, are you going to agree with Zach here that it's not really a big deal, knowing Christian McCaffrey's injury history and the fact that this is a calf strain for a running back?
Calf strain makes me nervous. Okay, we have seen players that have had injuries like this before, and then they miss games. Okay, they miss games. That's obviously the biggest scare right now for you, Zach. Is he ready to go in 4 weeks? Is he going to miss a couple games as the season starts? Also, 49ers, real quick. I know they went to the Super Bowl last year. It seems like they have their full team back, but okay, Christian McCaffrey, a little bit banged up. Debo Samuel, are they going to sign him? Brandon Ayuk wants to get traded. He said, "Trade me." Those guys go. Debo says I'm out. And Ayuk says I'm out. Who the hell is Brock Purdy going to throw it to? And I guess we'll be talking about Brock Purdy in a minute here. But 49ers, a little shaky right now. A little shaky.
On the fence with the 49ers, huh?
Hmm.
Zach, finish us up here. Are you still keeping Christian McCaffrey? Who's your next option if you had a next guy that you would throw in? Who's your next option there? Besides Derrick Henry, we know you got the king back here over my left shoulder going to Baltimore, already in the keeper lock.
Yeah, I had a lot of good players in my team last year, but no real keeper, we'll say keeper quality type players. If worst comes to worst, Chris McCaffrey, I'd say he dies. I guess I'd keep Puka Nakua, but
That's yeah.
It's a solid option.
but
That's what I.
I
That's what I
think
thought.
but I really think his production is going to go down this year because I think Cooper Cup's going to come back and play better than he has, and then
Yeah,
fucking Stafford is going to have his. I know he plays favorites. He can't have two favorites.
yeah. Puka's going to definitely be an interesting discussion next week for those wide receivers.
Cooper Cup, I'll tell you right now, he's got some bad ankles. He's got some bad ankles as a wide receiver. He makes me nervous as far as drafting him for fantasy football.
We'll
And
see.
tape has been looking good in preseason so far and in training camps. We'll see. We will definitely see.
Mm-hmm.